Hey guys, welcome back. So in this video we will try to understand one more program where we have a requirement where we have two sorted array and we need to find the median of two sorted array of the same size. So how do you do that? So first we will try to understand what is this median is all about, and then we will go ahead with the program. So if you look at here, there are two array which is nothing but a1 and a2. Okay, and you have a requirement, we need to find the median of two sorted array of the same size. So first we'll understand what is median. So the median, in general, if I will talk about the median, let's say you have array called a1 and a1 has some data 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So how many elements your a1 has? 5 element. So 5 is the even number or odd number? 5 is the odd number, right? So when you actually do 5 by 2, right? When you do 5 by 2, how much you will get? You will get 2.5. You will get 2.5. So in case of odd number, when you will get 2.5, this is the median. You can go and select, this is the median, right? This is the middle one, this is the median, right? Now let's say you have another array where you have data called 1, 2, 3 and 4. So whenever you have odd number of data in the array, which is nothing but 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 number is the even number, right? Sorry, this is not odd number, this is the even number, and this was the odd number. Okay, so whenever you have an even number, when you actually go and when you do 4 by 2, how much you will get? 2, right? So when you will get 4 by 2 is equal to 2 in case of even number, you have to calculate the median by summing these two number. Okay, because let's say this is the index you got. So when you go and select 0, 1, 2, 0, 1 and this is 2, when you select this is not the median. Okay, 3 is not the median. So whenever you have such a situations where your data counting is even number, then what you do, you assume that this index is n. Okay, you assume that this index is n. So in case of even number, always you go for the whatever array you have a2, you always go for a2 of n plus a2 of n minus 1 by 2. So whatever I have told you, the same thing. Okay, so a2 of n, which is nothing but, if you look at second index, what is the second index? 0, 1 and 2. So 2 is the n, right, which is nothing but index. So 3 plus n minus 1. So 2 minus 1, how much it is? 1. So 0, 1, 2 by 2. So how much it is? 2.5, right? So this is the median. But in case of odd number, okay, in case of odd number, you can just go ahead and you can do that a1 of 2. Okay, because when you actually divide by 2, this will it will come 2.5, but when you do through Java, it will give you 2, right? It will give you 2. So when actually, because you can maximum divide this by 2, right, when you do through Java. So basically what you will do, let's say you have 2, 5, so you'll do like this, right? 4, and so here the remainder is going to be the 1. So maximum division you are doing that 2. So you'll go and do a1 of 2, which is straight away you will get answer is equal to 3. Okay, right? Got it? So whenever you will get such kind of situations. Okay, whenever your element is, let's say, odd number, when you have odd number, you will get like this, something like you'll never get, when you divide any odd number by 2, you will always get what? You'll always get odd number, right? 2.5. So when you'll get like this, by division you'll get 2. So when you'll get 2, you can go ahead and you can select the whatever index you are getting, that a1 of n formula. But when you divide and when you will get even number, please use this formula, okay? a2 of n, the array of 2 and the index what you got plus the array of 2 index minus 1 by 2, which is nothing but median. So you got it, how to calculate the median, right? So this odd and even is very, very important, guys, right? So this is the concept of how to find the median. Now your requirement is you have two sorted array, okay, and you need to find the median for that. So how do you write the same thing through the code, right? So let's see that how we will do that. So what was the array? Let me repeat the array here again. I will write the array. So the array was, in your program you got 1, 12 and you got one more, which is nothing but 2, 13, right? And both are sorted array. So when both is sorted array and both are of same size, so when I will merge this into a single array, how this will look like? So when I will make a new array, and since it is the sorted array, it is going to be the 1, 2, 12, 13. Since it is the sorted array, so your result is also going to be the sorted array, right? This data is going to be in the ascending order, right? This data is going to be the ascending order because it is a sorted array, right? Let's say this is 1 and this is 2. So this is 1 and this is 2, right? So one more concept we have to understand here. Since A1 is the sorted array, which means the first element is the lowest one and the last element is the highest one, because it is a sorted array. The second one, it is a sorted array, so the first element is the lowest one and the last one is the highest one because of sorted array. Now when we merged, this is our output. Now let's try to understand, guys, one more thing. So how this data got designed, okay? How this data got designed basically. So let's say, let me just try to understand this, how this data is getting designed. You know that A1 is the sorted array, so the first one is the lowest one and the last one is the highest one. Same thing with the A2 also. So when you will merge both, okay, in this array the first element is the lowest one, in this array the first element is the lowest one. So if you will compare lowest and whoever will come actually lesser than these two, that is going to be the first element. So if you will compare 1 and 2, so when you compare 1 and 2, basically 1 is, less than 2, right? So 1 will come first element for sure, right? 1 will come first element. Now the last element of A1 is the highest in this array 1, and the last element is A2, which is nothing but 13, is the highest in A2. So when you will compare the highest, that is going to be the end one. This is also guarantee, right? Then what we don't know? We don't know these two index because there are 4, right? So this index we don't know, comma, one more index we don't know. So this we don't know. This we have to write some logic to fetch the data, these two data, right? Because these two we can easily figure out, but these two we have to write the logic. Now you come back to the program which I have written here. You can see that my program is taking two array and the size. So both the array has the same size, so there will not be any issue. That is the requirement you have, sorted and the same size. Now there is one for loop, okay? For this for loop basically runs on the size of the array, guys, okay? Because to do everything, to do this all who is the small, who is the big, we have to run the loop, right? Because that's how we do that, because finally we have to merge into the single array. So we have to run the loop and we need to find, basically what we need to find, we need to find this data through program. 2 and 12 we have to find through program, right? So I am writing one for loop. This for loop will run from 0 to n, okay, less than is equal to n. So how many times this loop will run? If someone will ask you, you are running the loop 0 to n, so this loop will run on this array 3 times. 1 for 0, 1 for 1 and 1 for 2, because n is the size of the array. And what is the size of A1? So actually you will get size is equal to 2. When the size is equal to 2, this loop will run 3 times, 1 for 0, 1 for 1 and 1 for 2, because you have less than equal to. right, equal to sign. Now forget about this, all the whatever if else I have written, just you focus on, for now you focus on these two part, if and else. So you are running the loop. So first time what will happen, from your first array it will pick up the I. Okay guys, in the beginning I is equal to 0 and j is equal to 0, which you can see that. So in this first array it will pick up the first element of the first array. If it is less than the array of 2j, okay, if it is less than, right, so let me write here first iterations. So we are doing that first iterations, let me write that first iterations, right. In first iterations, if this is less, yes it is less, because array of 0, array of 1 of 0, which is nothing but 1, right. So let me write the conditions also here so that you can understand. So array of I is equal to 0, so which is nothing but 1 from the array 1, is this guy is less than array of 2 of j is equal to also 0 in the beginning 2, yes, this condition is fulfilled. When this condition is fulfilled, prev is equal to next, the previous is equal to next. For now previous do not try to understand, just think that previous is equal to -1. Why I am saying that, because here I have declared previous and next is equal to -1, because I need to consider some constant, right. So I am considering that if this is equal to -1, now what is my next, right. My next is going to be array of I, which is nothing but 1, right. So this is after first iterations guys, and here your I became now 1. This is after first iterations. Now second iterations, it will start the second iterations, because count was 0, now count became 1. So when the count became 1, okay, it will come here and it will check array of I. So your I became 1, right. Now see, now you can understand easily. 1 we compared with 2, we got the shorter one, right. Now this element to fulfill this data, actually to fulfill the second element, okay, to fulfill this element, we have to compare what, this guy got compared, so we have to compare this guy, right. We have to compare 12 with 2, then only we will fulfill this data, right. So that is the reason in the second iterations, when I was 1, okay, we will compare if 12 is less than, j did not change because we did not go to the else block, so j is still 2. If this is the case, no, this is not the case. Now it will go inside the else block. When it will go inside the else block, your prev, right, now you'll understand the importance of previous. Your previous became next, so in next how much it was, 1, so it became 1, because your next is going to the change guys, so your next is going to the 12, right, and j became 1 here. You got it, you got the second iteration. So now you understood the importance of previous. Why previous is required? Because previous has to hold the next data previous value. So the now, because your next is going to change, when you came to the else, your next is changing, so your next is changing, you don't want to lose the previous one, because try to remember what I said in the formula. I said to find the median of even number of element, you have to do n plus n minus 1 by 2. Please remember this formula, everything will be clear. If you remember this formula, everything will be clear. So your n is this, then what is n minus 1? This. For now, like as of now, whatever calculations we did, this is my n, this is n minus 1, right, because my array, if you merge it, this is the even number, right. Now come to the third iterations. In third iterations, now what is the counter value? So counter value is also increasing, right, every time when you are running the loop, right. So counter for 0 ke liye this was the value, counter 0, for when counter was 1, this was the value. Now counter became 2, so one more run will run, counter became 2, so the third run. In third run, I is also 1, j is also 1, right. So what you will do, I is 1, which means you will compare now. So look at here, this got processed, okay, and what happened, this got processed, and then when you see here, right, so next is also got processed. So actually this data, the 2 also got processed, right? So one thing guys, I did mistake here. If you look at carefully, I have written array 2 of j, right? So one thing I did mistake here. Let me correct my mistake. It should be 2. Okay, it should be 2 here. Next should be 2 guys. Okay, why? Because whatever was the smallest one, okay, when we came in the else, because when we did 12 less than 2, this was not right. Then we came in the else block. In else block, prev became next. So prev became 1 because of next was 1 in the first iteration, and next is equal to array 2 of j. So array of 2 of j, what it was, right? It was 0 only, no, because of this 0, right? So next is equal to array 2 of j, which will be 2 only, because this is the 2. So now focus here. This got processed, this got processed, this 1 and 2 got processed from both the array. Now where we should compare now? Okay, now this comparison is gone. So now comparison will happen here guys. Here 12 and 13 we have to compare now, right? To compare 12 and 13, both the index became 1, and this is also 1 because after running the iteration, so both became 1 and 1. So let's make it big. Yeah, so if we will take from first array 1, which is nothing but 12, is 12 less than array 2 of j, which is nothing but 1, 13. Yes, this is perfectly fine. When this is the case, then where it will go? It will go inside the if block. Again the previous will change because your next is going to the change, right? Because your n is going to change guys. Okay, when your n is going to change, so here what happens? Now your previous is going to be a what data? Previous is going to be the 2, and what is next? Next is going to be array 1 of I, which is nothing but 12, right? Now you try to correlate guys. We were looking for this data only, right? If you try to now correlate, what is the median we figured out here? When you look at this program, this is the median we have figured out, right? 2 and 12, and we did divided by 2, right? So did we not got the output, right? We got the output basically because we also got 2 and 12. And now whether this loop will run, it will not run because the size was 2, and now count also became 2 because we ran 3 times. So the first time when we ran, count was 0, second time when we ran, count was 1, third time we ran, count became 2. So 2 less than is equal to 2, that's it is, right? Now it will not go inside because after running this loop, what was the count value? So after running first iterations, the count value was actually 1. After running this, after running second one, count became 2. Okay, after running third one, so why third one got executed? Because even after running the second loop, the count was 2. So when the count was 2, there is something called less than is equal to, so one more time it will run. Now the problem is count became here how much? Your count here became 3. So when the count became 3, can we run any further loop? No, because these conditions will not fulfill now. These conditions will not fulfill now. So what is the output? 2 and 12. So that's what we were looking for actually, right? So that is the reason. If you look at in my Eclipse, which is a little bit not visible here, so I am doing that prev plus next by 2, right? So to get the median, what I am trying to do, that I am doing that prev plus next by 2, which is nothing but my median. Now formula, by looking the formula also you can correlate n plus n minus 1 by 2. So the n is the actual index, and n minus 1 is the one before that, and then divided by 2 you will get the median. So here also p plus n by 2. So actually how much you will get? 2 plus 12 by 2 is equal to 7. You got the output from the program, right? So here also when you will divide 2 plus 12 by 2, how much you will get? 14 manually also. So you got the same output. So now you understood why this if else is helping you, and now you also understood why prev is required, because prev will hold the data of the previous median. Prev will hold the data of the previous median, whereas the next will hold the data of the next median. Okay, that's where the previous is required. Now then, what is the role of this two if and else? Why even we have to write this? Okay, what is the role for that? There is a role for that, guys. Okay, let's say you have array, okay, and in the array your first element is always smaller than the second elements, right? So assume that, let's say, let me just give us 1 second, I'll just erase this. Okay, fine. Now I'll explain you how that will help you. So let's say, now assume that in interview they can give you any kind of questions, right? So they have given you A1, which is nothing but 1 comma 2, and they have given you A2, which is nothing but, let's say, 3 comma 4. So when you merge it, right, when you merge this both, what is the final array? It will look like 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4. So what is the median here, guys? So again here it is the, after adding all, it is going to be even number. So the median is going to be 2 plus 3 by 2, which is nothing but 2.5, right? Now try to understand with the logic whatever I have written here, whether the logic will fulfill now, right? Let's see that. Now you will get a little bit understanding of why we should write this if and else if. Okay, now go through this program, guys, and try to understand. So let's say first iterations, in first iterations counter was 0. Okay, it came here, array of I less than array of 2. So 1 is 1 less than 3, yes, in first iteration, yes. Then prev became next -1 in the first loop, because in beginning it is the -1 and your next is going to be the 1 as per logic. This is the first iterations and your I became 1. Now second iterations, right? Second iterations counter became, so in first iterations when we went inside, okay, counter was 0. When we going inside the second iterations, this counter is already 1, right? Now when the counter is 1, I value is what? 1 now. So come to the first if block, array of 1 of 1, right? So A1 of 1, which is nothing but 2, is 2. J did not change, right? J is still 0 because we did not go inside this. So J did not change. When J did not change, is this less than 3? Yes, right? So prev is going to be the next, which is nothing but 1 from the previous output, from this output, and the next is going to be 2, right? Now you got till here. So your prev is 1 and this is 2. Now third iterations. So in third iterations, basically what happens is your counter is became 2. Okay, now in third iterations, I here became how much? Here the yes, now you try to understand. Here your I became how much? It is already 2. Okay, now there is a problem. When I became true, if you, let's say, if you have not written this if and else if, will your program execute? It will not, because when I became 2 already, when you process first time, I became 1. When you process second time, I became 2. Now when you try to process again the third time, and let's say if this was not there, let's say if this was not there and this was not there, assume that. First things what will happen, you will get here 1 exceptions, array index out of bound exceptions, because there is no second index. Okay, there is no second index in array 1. This is, see, this is index number 0, this is index number 1. There is nothing called index number 2 in the array 1, right? So that is the one thing. Even in the array 2, you have only index 0, index 1, there is nothing called index 2. So since J did not change, still we are in the safer side, because J is still 0 as per our logic, right? Here, here actually I became 1, but still J was 0, because we did not go inside. Here also J was 0. In beginning also J was 0, right? Now that is the one condition. Let's say you will tell me, okay, I can put some length check on this and I will try to figure out, and then my program will not give me the array index out of bound. I will put the check on the length. But guys, look at the output. What is your output should be here? It should be 2 plus 3 by 2 after merging it. But if you'll go with this, the previous and next, and if you'll try to calculate the median, what it will come? It will come 1.5. Is this the right answer? No, right? Because if you'll just go by this, your median is going to be, this is the previous plus next, what I have written previous plus next by 2. So actually if you go with the logic, to find the median, what I have written previous plus next by 2. So your next is nothing but n plus n minus 1 by 2, right? So what you will get, basically you will get, n is equal to 2 plus 1 by 2, which is nothing but 1.5. Is this the output we are looking for? 1.5? No, right? We are not looking for 1.5, and that is the wrong answer. So one more thing you try to understand here by looking this logic. See what happens, in this case, when array 1 element was always smaller than array 2 element, your array 2 element never got processed. Okay, only array 1 got processed, right? Array 2 never got processed. So when array 2 never got processed, right, in that case you will not get proper median. You will not get proper median. You will get wrong median, like this what is happening here, right? You are getting that wrong median. You are not getting the 2 plus 3 by 2. So you understand now. You look at this, guys, and try to figure out what is 2 plus 3 by 2. Okay, when you look at the 2 plus 3 by 2, the 2 is the highest element from the first array, correct? 2 is the highest element from the first array. And what is 3, guys? 3 is the lowest element of the second array, right? So whenever you have such a situations where your first array element is always less than the second array element, the median is going to be the highest of the first element and plus the lowest of the second element. So here actually if you look at, this is your n, this is n and this is n minus 1. Okay, this is n and this is n minus 1, right? You understood? So what is n here? N is the first element of the second array, right? And what is the n minus 1? The last element of the first array. Now that is the reason I have written this logic. When I became n, right, what is the I? 2. And what is the size of the array? 2. So when I became n, to handle this kind of cases, you change the prev is equal to next. Okay, your previous is going to be changed. So in third iterations, basically what happens, your previous becomes 2. Okay, now look at the logic here, and your next will be the second array of the 0 element. So 3 is what? Second array of the 0 element. That is the reason I have hard coded here, and that's how you have to write the logic. So here your next is going to be the 3. Now you will get correct answer, 2 plus 3 by 2, and that's where you have to write these conditions, right? Now let's reverse it. Okay, let's reverse it. So reverse it in the sense of, you just write 3 4 here and 1 2 here, right? When you write 3 4 here and 1 2 here, in that case what will happen? Your I will never get processed. When you do this logic, right, will your I will get processed? Let me show you this one also quickly, so that you will not have any confusion. So let me just it will not take much time, guys. I will just cover this. So I don't want to keep any gap in my program, so that in interview you should not get stuck, right? So let's focus now. Okay, now I am talking about, I have a case where my a1 is equal to 3 comma 4 and my a2 is equal to 1 comma 2. So first iterations, right, counter is equal to 0, I is equal to 0, j is equal to 0, both are 0 0. So I will compare array of I, which is nothing but 3. Is 3 less than 1? Right, guys, you focus here now. This time you focus on the second pair. Okay, this is the case, no, right? So my pre became -1 and my next became how much? my it will come to the else conditions here now, and my next became array of j, which is nothing but 1, right? And here my j became 1. You got it clear now? Now you go for the second iterations. In second iterations, your counter became 1, and now your j became 1, but your I did not change because you did not go inside this. This conditions was not fulfilled. Your j changed. When your j changed, then what you will do, you will compare array of a1 of I, which is 0, 3, is 3 less than 2? No, this is no. Then you will come to the else block. In else, prev become 1, earlier it was -1 as per our assumptions what we have written here in the top. So it became 1, and your next is going to be array 2 of j, which is nothing but array 2 of j, which is nothing but this guy. So sorry, this guy, j got changed here, right? So j was changed. So just 1 second, 1 comma 2. So j already became 1 here. So this is j2, right? Array 2 of j1 is equal to 2, right? Here this logic. So your this will be 2. Now third iterations, same situations came here. In third iterations, let's say if this else if was not there, if this was not there, you will come to this if block, and you will get array index out of bound. So again here you will tell me I'll find through the, I'll put the length check. But again, when you will put the length check, are you getting the right answer? Are you getting the right median? No, right? You are not getting it. So to get the right median, what should be your output? To get the right median, if you merge this, okay, that's how you will get. So if you will merge these two array, what you will get? You will get 1, 2, 3, 4, because it's a sorted array. So you should get 2, 3 by 2. So actually what you should get? You should get 2 plus 3 by 2 is equal to 2.5. So what is 2? The 2 is nothing but the last element of array 1, and what is 3? The first element of, sorry, focus here, by mistake I went to the first pair. So what is 2? 2 is the last element of array 2, and what is 3 here? The first element of array 1, guys. Okay, 3 is the first element of array 1, 2 is the last element of array 2. So you processed only second array. So you got 2. You got it. Okay, 2 is nothing but the last element of array 2. So you got 2, right? The last element. Now you did not get 3. So 3 how you will get? By this else if j is equal to n, okay, change prev is equal to next. So your prev is going to be 2, and your next is going to be, sorry, and your next is going to be what? Array 1 of 0. So array 1 of 0 is how much? 3, right? Are you getting the output? Now you got the output, right? Now the median is going to be 2 plus 3 by 2 is equal to 2.5. Now you got the importance of if and else if. This is the importance of else and if and else if. Guys, please practice this program. I will share the source code also in my description box in my channel. Okay, in my description box I will share you the source code. Please do the practice. I will give you the exact code. Okay, and watch this video 2-3 times, because this is very good concepts I have given here, and I have covered all the use case. Okay, so you are not left with any use case. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you for watching this.